Alrighty guys, the purpose of this video is to talk to you about journaling. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the prompt you'll write about today and show you how I, Mr. Hart, like to start my journals off. So journaling is a time, as you've read about in your do's and don'ts document, is a time for you to write freely and creatively. I journal in my life. I have a small journal I can show you here. Sometimes I draw, sometimes I write. You can see both. I also sometimes write in larger notebooks like legal pads. Miss Hill and I actually did a writing project together last year, and this was the basis for that project. I started journaling in this notebook and then proceeded from there. So let me show you your prompt for today. Come down to Wednesday and click Daily Journal 1. Now let's look at your prompt. First off, this is your first ever journal. We will start to do journals every day following today. So this is your first practice. If you have questions or concerns, you should definitely use the class question board or email me, Mr. Hart. All you have to do, it says, is, okay, write a half a page. So that could be roughly 2 paragraphs to get full credit. Remember, your do's and don'ts document told you how I grade journals. Now let's look at our prompt. It says, how has your life, your town, or the world changed from before COVID-19 to after COVID-19? So I'm going to show you how I would start to write on that topic. What I like to do myself, I actually like to open that do's and don'ts document and refresh my brain on some of the do's that I should be doing or the don'ts. So for instance, I want to focus today on this number 2, write creatively, and I want to maybe try some new things. So to help me be creative, I actually like to listen to music. So I'm going to use that music in just a second. So remember, in order to write, we need to hit the Submit Assignment button, which will then give us space at the bottom to begin to journal. So I am going to turn my music on and go ahead and start thinking, because music helps me write creatively. So I'm thinking about how my world has changed from COVID-19 starting. And the first thing I honestly think about is staying inside a lot. And I want to start creatively. I don't want to start with a boring sentence like, COVID-19 has changed my life because I can't go outside. I don't like that kind of boring start. So instead, I'm actually going to try something more creative, like my home, the wood floors, the dog hairs wafting, the dirty dishes in the kitchen sink. Who knew a virus could help me get to know my home so much better? So I'm thinking about how COVID has forced me to stay inside and has also taught me to sort of maybe learn more about the place that I live, the house that my wife and I own together. So I'm going to continue to write about that. You can watch me for a second, and I won't complete my whole journal entry, but I will show you at the end of this video what a good length looks like. The wood floors, I'm just thinking out loud. My wife and I have spent considerable time in our home. I'm using the word home a lot, so I'm going to change it to house. Since the world was swept, it's a good word, with COVID-19. So I'm going to continue to write while pausing my video, and at the end, I'll show you my complete entry. So here's my final journal entry, guys. I ended up writing about how the COVID-19 has allowed me to better learn about the place that I live. So I wrote about things I've enjoyed noticing in my home and how I've learned to see the world around me in a more careful way because of this pandemic. So now it's your turn. You get to write whatever you so choose. Be free, be creative, make sure you write enough, so half a page or 2 paragraphs to get full credit, and I really look forward to reading these. If you have questions, use the class question board or email me. Best of luck. Enjoy your writing.